Hello everybody, my name is Christian. Hello, I'm right here. And you're looking at the very first episode of Senturian's Tech Time with Christian. So in this episode, we will talk about how to set up a proper camera and the Neurolytics program to detect whatever you want it to detect. So for instance, from fire to and smoke to human violence or the human fall detection. So first things first, in order to make it work, you need to make sure that you're using a proper camera. So what's a proper camera? Preferably an IP camera with a resolution of at least 1080p. So the camera where you see me on, that's a 1080p camera, or this one for instance on the parking lot, also a 1080p camera. So next up is the alignment of the camera. You need to make sure that the camera is placed at a height of at least 2.2 meters above the ground. So it might also be above. So another example might be this camera is placed very high and it can detect all human bodies clearly. So if I add this, you can see people walking by soon and it will detect it easily. So the reason behind this is because the algorithm needs to detect the full body. When that happens, you will see a bounding box surrounding the body, and the purpose of the bounding box is to determine the object. So the deep learning algorithm needs to determine the object first, and need to make sure it's a human for the system to work perfectly. So as you could have seen on this live feed, the human has a bounding box surrounding him, and when he crossed the line, the number went up. So let me demonstrate this first. So I got this camera set up here in the office, and I will enable the object so you can clearly see the bounding boxes, and then I have also added the line, and I will ask the colleague here to walk past the line, and you will see because of the good alignment of the camera, the system will recognize him and the alarm will go up perfectly. So what happens when you badly align the camera? I will show you an example. So this camera is not properly aligned, and let me enable the objects and the bounding box, and then for the purpose of this video I will add the fall down detection. So my colleague here will just quickly walk by the camera, and you'll see the camera won't go up. So that's because his full body is not in the picture and could not be detected by our algorithm, and therefore other objects were seen instead of a human. So when I add the same detection to a properly aligned camera, and let me first disable those other features, you will see that when my colleague falls down in the designated area, the alarm will go off. So it's very important that you align the cameras correctly. So now that I've demonstrated what you should do, I will now take the time to demonstrate what you should not do in this second part of this episode. So first of all, do not use a handphone camera. So in this next footage I will put up here, you can see that this video is recorded using a handphone camera. So the issue is that there was a lot of misconception about using handphone videos. So here at Senturian we run deep learning algorithms which require static images. So as you can see, a video recorded by this handphone is very not stable at all. So the system requires stability to detect objects such as human bodies, and with this unstable phone it's not able to work at its best. So another thing you should not use is any camera with a resolution lower than 1080p. This footage will also show you that it's very blurry, and although our system is able to detect the objects, the humans in this case, it will not quickly respond to the violence happening in this video, as you can see right here. So that means that the alarm will come in very delayed, and it only puts a limit to the systems. So you would want to avoid this. Another don't is not properly placing the camera. Although this one might look like it's aligned properly and well because the view is pretty clear and the resolution is good, it's not. It's too low. It's way too low. So it might cause the system to not properly recognize human objects and therefore missing some stuff, some things, or missing potential danger in the targeted area. So the system will not be able to create the sounding box and therefore detect any potential danger, as I mentioned before. But say you would want to use a pre-recorded video, it might be virtual video or whatever. Please do not make use of YouTube videos, for instance. So a video like this does not work in the system. Although it might recognize some of the objects in the video, it's way too lousy. As you can see, there's still some text in this video. There are some animations, some movements going on besides the real recording. This is not optimal for our system. So basically, you shouldn't expect this to work with the algorithm. Make sure, if you want to use videos, make sure you use videos that are clear, preferably recorded with an IP camera with a resolution of at least 1080p. And at this point, our system only supports MP4, so keep that in mind while uploading a video that you want to use. And if you follow this guide, like the camera you are looking at now, you will be able to get a lot from our system, so from the neurolytics. So for instance, to end this video, I will show you what a good placement, alignment, and resolution will do. So for instance, let's just try out up here. So I already drew the box here. I will just apply it, and then let's see how it works when I place this box right in the targeted area, and you will see that the system will recognize it and the alarm will go off. And to make it even better, with a perfect aligned camera, you can even spot a small cup like that. There you go, the alarm goes off. So thank you for watching this video. Please follow us on Facebook or send any inquiries or questions to the email stated below. We are happy to support you and to answer all the questions, so please do ask us whatever you need to ask us, and also check out our site and Facebook account for more videos. See you soon in the next episode of Senturian's Tech Time with Christian.